I want to show you my printouts just so you're aware. Okay, now look at this one. It says season's greetings. This one is just, it's spring. Okay, now so supposedly wait, see that? So you're supposed to, when you open it up, this is supposed to appear for the season's greetings, and then this is supposed to appear for its spring, right? So you got to plan how you print out double space on cardstock. See, so I made a mistake on this one. Now I did not make a mistake on this one. See, so this would be the cover. When you open it up, you see the invitation, and this is your invitation for the spring celebration, right? Okay, so I planned this so that it folds out. Okay, so it's supposed to fold out this way. Okay, and it opens to that. See, so we need to cut this. If you have a pair of scissors, that's good. But if you have a paper cutter, that's good too. Okay? So let me cut this quick. Okay? Give me a sec. Season's greetings. Okay, so check this out. So when you open this, ta-da, there's your invitation, right? Okay, see that? Now when you open this, go, oh, there you go. There's your invite. Okay, so let's start with season's greetings. So what you do is you straighten this up so that it wouldn't bleed like this. See, you don't want to take the risk. You can use this for later. Set that aside. Set everything else aside. And then you play with this, right? So you plan this, right? So we can do this, or maybe we can do, since you're gonna be making a lot of these, you know, so we're gonna do maybe a single flower in the center. Okay, single flower in the center, and then leaves all over the place. So you can imagine your leaves this way, that way, this way, this way, this way, this way, and then your poinsettia would be around here. Okay, so let's start with the leaf. With the leaves, we'll use light up our candle. Be careful with your fire. Clean your blade. Okay, this is the thin blade or narrow blade. This is the wider blade. We'll use the wider blade. Okay. So clean your blade. Now we're gonna use. We're just gonna use the red, the metallic red. Set these aside. We do the top. We do the two bottom ones. We do the left and the right. Learn to turn it. That's good enough. Maybe we can fix it. Oops. See that? Let's just keep doing that. Let's see if we can balance with this. That's good enough. Okay, see that? Now we do the leaves. Okay. Be careful with your fire. Let's see, where's the green? Where did I put the green? There you go. Green right there. So if you're making invitations, you're probably gonna make, I don't know, 20 to 50, which means some of them will be looking good and some of them will just, you may have to like set aside. Okay, we'll do this. We'll make it a tilt to the side. Okay. Okay, see that? That's good enough. Okie dokes, that's good enough for an invitation. They should be thankful. There's your invite. Then you open it. You can still put a flower here if you want. Like over here, see? So you can, what you can do is probably use this red. Let's do, you can outline your stroke. Where do you want to put it? Let's say you want to put it right here. Okay, so you make a smaller flower. Do the bottom too. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm left-handed, which means I find it easier to stroke this way than that way. Okay, so I'm gonna do the harder one first, because that way I can match the harder stroke with my easier move. Okay, so I'll show you. Okay, so that's hard enough. Okay, so that was hard for me. So let's hope to match that with an easier stroke. Okay. Oops. Made a mistake. Well, at least you got the idea. Now, if you don't feel like you just need to get used to your instruments. Okay, let's do 3 of these. 3 leaves at the bottom. One, two, three. There you go. So they open that. So you go like, hey, season's greetings. And then you open that. Oh my God, there's a party. Please come to our celebration on Saturday, December 17th, 2050. That's nice. You got an advanced invite. There you go. Okay, now we're gonna go to the spring. So it's spring, right? It's spring. And then you go open that and you go like, hey, come to our spring celebration on Saturday, April 9, 2050. That's nice. How exciting. Okay, so we're gonna do, since it's spring, we're gonna use pastel. So let me look for a white. Let's see if I have white somewhere. Oops. Do I have a white? I have a pink. Okay, there's a pink and okay, let's try pink and something called peach. So there's pink and peach, right? Okay, so let's take the cover out. Okay, see that? One is rose art, one is Crayon. I'm not endorsing any crayon company. So we'll peel this. We'll peel this too. There you go. So there's a peach and a pink. It's spring, right? So we'll do 1, 2, and 3. We'll use the narrow one. Oops. Now I'm doing this as organically as possible. I don't want to show you that I'm an expert on this, because you're not an expert on this and you're gonna be doing this, okay? So it's important that you notice that I'm just trying to be as calm and as careful with the fire, okay, as possible. Okay, did you see what I did? I just went that way and then up. Waited for it to cool, okay, to cool down. Okay, so let's do this. Okay. Oops, okay, there you go. Then let's do another. Yep, it cooled off. Now when you're able to control this, you can control the size of your flowers, okay? But for now, I just want to make a demonstration so I can put it on YouTube. So I'm not too particular with what I'm doing. Okay, let's try yellow. Let's do a yellow. Yep, that's good enough. Now you can do this on your scrapbooks, you gotta be careful, you know, like if you're worried about the thing coming off, use Mod Podge or Mod Podge. You can make invites and charge them for what you did. Whoever's got a party or a wedding invitation or needs something like this done. Because it does take a while, right? Okay, that's good enough. Let's see, what else do you want? You could use yellow and some sort of a tan. I see that there's two colors there. Let's get this off. Two colors with yellow being outside. Okay, so tan goes first, then yellow comes next. Oops. See that? We'll scrape it off later. Now, the reason I'm kind of slow is because I want you to get this, and I want to be as careful as I can with my camera and the flame. So you don't want to look enthusiastic and have an accident. You gotta be careful. Okay. Now you kind of have to make a decision of whether you're supposed to be cleaning your blade or not. Okay. I'm just going ahead. There you go. It's springtime. Now this you can take out. As well as you can. Okay. Now you need leaves. Let's use. Okay, I know what to do. Let's use the other blade. If I can find it. Let's use these two. You can see that, right? See that? So one goes that way. Let's see. It's cold. Hey, spring. So make sure you print it out first, you know, whatever messages you have, print them out first and then do this, because this is not compatible with your printer. It can crack. Okay, so now you go here, and whatever you probably did here, you wanna repeat in a small way. Okay, so let's look for the. Okay, let's make a smaller. Let's make an attempt to make a smaller flower. Of course, this you don't have to do. If you're happy with your cover, that's good enough, right? Okay, so okay, so you can do this. Analyze the direction. Too small. Let's say you just want to do that. Leave it like that. Okie dokes, we have an invitation for springtime. Now this is an accident, but it's an okay accident. It's not a big deal. They'll still read the message. Okay, see that? And now we have Christmas. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we didn't do any stems here, so we're not going to do any stems here. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. Okay, so what else can we do? That's good enough. Thank you so much for watching. Valzubiri, and I'd like to tell you about the valzubiriagenda. So my idea was to self-publishing. Self-publishing is now accepted. It's been a decade, okay? And what you can do is self-publish your works, and I have an example, and self-publish your something about yourself, which is the best thing I can recommend is write your memoirs and your biographies. So right now I have four memoirs. Okay, all different stories and whatever. So these are all mine, and I'm okay now. Just wanna show you how you can one up the competition, right? So I was telling myself I can write one memoir, but somebody can do that too, So before I came out and start promoting anything, I wrote four memoirs, and now I have four. I can write more. Okay, now here's how to one up your competition. This guy has 273 works, right, Richard? So it's kind of like, hey, you know what? It's gonna be a thick book, and it's gonna be $59.95. So I said, I decided to shuffle his works. So all this is his works, and I reshuffled them and split them in two. So now he's got volume 1 and volume 2 of the same pages, only they're reshuffled, and now he can sell each book for $37.95. So that's something you can do. Come up with 3 books because you can, instead of just one. If I were a really mean publisher, I'd say, hey, you know what? I can only give you one book. But now he's got 3, and he's 72 years old now. We did this when he was 70 years old, 2 years ago, and he still cannot believe that he's got 3 books on Amazon. Okay, now I have 4 titles on Amazon. Okay, now because my art is kind of slower, I make dolls from porcelain, and I make them from scratch, and then I put clothes on them and whatever. I'd like to make a proposal to investors that I'd like to include a diorama to make my works like dioramas with the dolls, and then I'd be able to incorporate precious metals and gemstones into the work, and that's how I would like to justify my prices. Okay, now here's something else. Once you've written one, you'd want to write more. Okay, once you have this guy, for example, I designed this book, Jerry Miller. Okay, so he wrote this 2 years ago in 2014. Yeah, 3 years ago, and then he wrote a second one, and now he's 72 years old with his twin brother, and So basically, what I'm saying is, once you start writing one, you'll get to write another one, because it's fun, and it'll help your art if it's a memoir. And so I'm gonna be releasing 2 books in January about this valzubiriagenda, and to give you things, give you some pointers on how to write, how to emotionally deal with your writing, and how to be a little more technical when it comes to publishing books. Let me. I don't want to show you Jerry's face, okay? But Jerry came out with. He told me he had a book, and I said, okay, I'll help you when you're done writing. He didn't. He didn't call me like until he got this put in to online. Createspace.com. Look at that. It's got a lot of empty spaces here. A lot of line and a half, and a lot of space here. It's not good, right? Look at the cover. The back cover is doesn't even have the spine, and then he's got this design on his cover. Okay, I don't want to show his face too close. So I helped him. Okay, so now this looks better. See. Now you need to do all these technical things. Be aware of these things, and I'll teach you. So basically, you're not even like a writer, and I'll teach you how to write, and I'll teach you how to become your own publisher. There is something else, okay? I'm gonna show you and explain to you what goes on with publishing books. Look at that. So that's page 59. Let's go look at page 59 over here. Okay, see that? It's something to do with the embedding of fonts. Okay. See. So these things you need to know, and I'll teach you, and it's really simple. Some people make it think it's a mystery to publish. It's not, Okay, so there's something else too. With the valzubiriagenda, I am suggesting for people to double their price, make an announcement of their scarcity. So for every price point, you're gonna make an announcement of how many art pieces you're gonna do at those price points, right? Now here's 100,000 to start, because art is unregulated. You can keep doubling the price. And so if the artist says that the current price that he's asking for is, or she is asking for, is $1,600,000, then everyone's price would be at that point, right? So everyone's potential revenue would be the difference between the current street value and the cost of acquisition. So let me show you that here. Okay, so this is the price, and the green would be the potential revenue. If this is the cost of acquisition, then this is the potential revenue. If this is the street market value right now. Okay, so now look at this. If the person succeeds, see that? That's the cost of acquisition, and then this is the street, the potential revenue, which you can report in your financial statements. That you have you bought something here, and now it's reached here. So there's a potential revenue, and that can be part of your report in your financial report. Okay, so now let's say you're a homeless person, right? And you're a street artist, and you're charging people at $5. So see that it can reach 2,560 in 10 steps. See, so you can say, hey, I'm gonna make 100 pieces at $5, and then $10, 100 pieces, and then another 100. So and then after this, you can say, hey, I'm gonna retire. Okay, so this is per piece. See, so there's money to be made only if it trends and people start accepting this. Okay, now look at this number. That starts at 100, and in 10 iterations, it reaches $51,200,000 per piece. Okay, now here's something else. If you get your pen and paper and try to do 1,600 pieces all the way to here, right? So this would be on here, it'll be like 1,440 pieces at this thing. Now the 1,141st will be this street market value, right? This asking price. So if you look at that and you go like this and you do like 1,600, so 1,440 up to here, and then this is the price that you're calculating on, you'll get 60, just a little over $60 billion from that one single artist. And guess who got in trouble for not coming up with $60 billion? Bernie Madoff. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if only Bernie Madoff contracted with an individual who's still unknown, who starts at this price, he'll reach like $80 billion less the cost of acquisition here. So he'll have a net of like about $64 billion, something like that. Get your pen and paper, and you'll know that I'm right. So what I'm saying is, if you're in trouble and you need money, and you can get it through art, you know. And if you get something here, all you need to do is to wait for the next iteration of the price, and you can tell your people that the investment just doubled. And then you can resell the art for maybe if it's 25 asking price, then you can say approach your friend and say, I'm gonna sell you my art for $20 billion. You know, it's $20 million. So you give a discount, right? And that's what happens. You know. Okay, now you don't only give discounts, you also give commissions. If somebody knows a bank that needs a lot of money, and that bank can purchase like 200 works from an artist, then that artist should should give that person a commission if he can connect him or her to this bank. See, so you give away commissions. Now here's the thing. There are corporations that need money right now. There are national agencies that need money right now. And there are countries that need money right now. There are local agencies, government agencies who can't even pay the pension of their retired former employees. So they need money, and they need money creatively. And the way to do that is art, you know, and make sure that you give commissions to those people who deserve a commission and deserve, you know, if you have $20 million, you give away $4 million. That can set somebody for life, you know. Okay, so I guess that's it, you know. So I'll see you soon, and thank you for listening. And follow me, because every once in a while I'll go live and then explain this more to you.